Hello, Libra. This is Charlotte with Aroma Oracles. Today is July 9th, so this will be a reading for July 10th through the 17th. However, if you do come across this reading at another time, it was meant for you to see it at that time. It is timeless. I hope that you're having a great day. Thanks for being here with me. I'm just going to throw one of these cards in the very beginning here. Well, it makes sense in the end. Let's see. What do we have for Libra, please? Okay. We'll take a look at that at the end. It'll make sense. I am going to do a little essential oil. This is my Bliss Mix blend. You can get it on my website at aromaoracles.com. I'll try to put that in the comments below. This is a great grounding oil. I originally created it for my daughter. Very calming, grounding, puts us in the moment. All right, I welcome all of Libra's angels, spirits, guides, and committee to be present with us. If you receive any messages that you feel that Libra needs to hear at this time, I welcome all of my guides as well, as I have the privilege of being a conduit today for Libra. Thank you so much. All right, let's get started. Who wants to play today? I'm going to use the Shaman's Dream deck. I really like this deck a lot. Let's see. What do we have for Libra? Where is Libra? So I have a really great astrologer friend. His name is Jay Cook. He gave us some insight today that Jupiter is in Gemini, which can feel a lot like Mercury retrograde, and it can be really intense. So encounters at this time might feel like you've had 10 encounters. So it's really about making sure you take time to replenish. Hey, what is going on with Libra today? All right. Well, Libra, this is interesting. Man, that oil smells so good. Okay, so where you are right now currently is the unmarked trail. Stepping into something new, are you? It feels like there's some new possibilities that are heading your way. This could be business, relationships, it could be anything, but it feels like you're kind of like in uncharted territory right now. So the unmarked trail, the beauty of this card, I love this card. So when you go hiking and you see those stacked stones, this is kind of like that. But if you look at it, no matter which way, reversed or right side up, it's still stacked stones. So you really can't mess it up. This is about your journey. This is about your personal expansion. This is about you. So stepping into the unmarked trail. So there's some expansion going on right now for you, which is really beautiful. Your challenge right now is, it feels like there's some things. So this is Willow the Wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. So it feels to me what's coming in right now for you in your challenge position is that maybe there's some skeletons in the closet that are kind of being there, some old paradigms, some old belief systems, some old attachments that are kind of trying to get cleared. They're coming forward to the surface and it's throwing you off. Libra, you're such a balanced sign. You're so balanced and so resilient and even keeled, and I'm sure it doesn't feel good to be in a territory that you're not so comfortable with, or that it's like the unknown, stepping into the unknown. Like Libra's always got their act together, you know what I mean? So I'm sure it feels a little off to be in these uncharted, these unmarked trails here that are going on. So some of that shadow work is kind of coming forward. Some of those old paradigms, some of those old belief systems might be coming forward for you to look at. It's a great time to transcend those. Right now, like what's hidden from you is that you have the ability to really herald in the change. when we're in these moments of expansion and change like that, and being in vulnerable places, it's kind of hard because we're like in the soup of emotions and belief systems and paradigms and all these little things that trigger us or hijacked us or anything that's like that. We tend to forget, like, wow, wait a second, we have choice, we have choice. So this is what's hidden from you, is remembering that you simply need to herald in the change. This is about you. Some guidance here from you for you from source here is, so the hollow bone, teachability. I love this card because when you look at this flute, you think about playing a flute, there's air going. I don't know what that sound effect is. um, Air goes out and air comes back in. So you're inhaling and you're exhaling, and you're teaching and you're learning. As you're learning, you're teaching. So there's always an exchange. So no matter what you're doing when you're walking around in town or whatever, when you're at the grocery store, at the gas station or whatever, and you're interacting with people, there's an exchange that's happening. It may be short and subtle or whatever, but there's always an exchange. So your guidance for you this week is to take notice of that. Understand that, as you're out and about in the world, there's an exchange, there's an energy exchange that's going on in every single thing that you do. So really stepping into these unmarked territories here is about your expansion and what's going on with you. And you're getting some really great downloads right now, and new awarenesses and new perspectives. And the old ones are like, wait a second, hold the phone. Like, what, we've always done it this way. Hold on. So those little shadows are kind of coming forward. So it's about clearing those in and calling in that change and really expanding on that, because there's some new experiences for you right now, some new adventures. I'm not sure exactly. We'll do some clarity cards around it too. So some great actions on that right now is put your ego in check. So our ego, that doesn't mean like, being like cocky or anything like that, but our ego, a lot of times, it's like we want people to like us. So we may behave a certain way in a certain group of people, or doing different things, or we might have, like we're at the office and we're doing different things. We want to, we want to show to our colleagues our worth and that sort of thing. And it's sometimes we take it a little too far, who knows? I mean, but really it's like the decisions that we make. It's time now to work through those shadows and ask, when you're making those decisions, are they coming from my ego mind? Are they coming from my higher self? And it right now, like the action that's going on for you, something that you can do is work on letting go of the old paradigms, letting go of all of those old point of views, so that you can get some clarity and understand the new point of view as you're moving forward into this unmarked territory, this unmarked trail, and stepping forward into that and doing that. It's really beautiful. So it seems like you're going through some shifts right now. So some possibilities that are, that are possible, that can happen for you, is when we're doing our shadow work, when we have these belief systems and we have these goals, and everybody, it's beautiful. We tend to be the best storytellers ever that there are. Humans are great storytellers. So we might have this expectation of the way things are supposed to pan out and that sort of thing. And then we get caught up in it, and our ego gets caught up in it. And that's not coming from our higher self. It's not coming from our purpose, our soul purpose, our God purpose. It's not coming from that. And so so this card right here, the Dream Thief, refusing of the call. So it's really shiny and colorful and beautiful, and there's like all this, things that are happening. There's magic and all this stuff that's happening. But sometimes when our ego gets in the way of things, it takes away what we're really here for. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, and we're here for a reason. What is that reason for you? What is your purpose? It's it's always evolving, it's always changing, it's always growing, and that sort of stuff. And when we get caught in what's not serving us anymore, it kind of takes away from that. It takes away from our purpose and our purpose. kind of takes away from that. It might be fun and shiny and everything, but at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you're like, wait a second, is that what I really wanted? Let me reevaluate, you know? So it's really calling in that change, calling in that change and what it is that you really want to create and what is it that you are trying to represent from yourself. It's really beautiful. Libra, you're doing great. Some really wonderful words of encouragement. What's kind of come forward here is the whale song. The whale song. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. So in Native American culture, the whales, they're the record keepers. They swim all the oceans and they have, you know, all the information. They're the record keepers of life. They're the ones. And so now is a time for resonating. They have, you know, they speak, they can hear. I can't even remember. My daughter's really good with nature. But they can hear other whales for miles and miles and miles away from each other, and they have great communication. They are especially like orcas. Orcas swim in pods. You know, they're very family oriented. But this card, what I'm getting here. So this is in your encouragement position. So like your team, your guides are kind of cheering you on, and they're reminding you that you have this generational soul information that resides within you. You have the records. You have that information that whale possesses as well. It's this bubble. Is this whale is in this bubble right now, and you've been swimming in this bubble, and now you're starting to get new points of view, right? Things are kind of shifting and changing. So you're stepping out of this bubble. It's kind of breaking here. I don't know if you can see it, like the bubble's starting to break, and it's time for you to shine. It's time for you to step out and really explore what are the possibilities. It's time to really explore the wholeness of you. What's the next level? You're leveling up now. So this is simply a reminder that sometimes when we feel lost, we're really not lost. We see the contrast so that we can expand. And we need to simply go within and know that this information is already within us. We simply only need to tap into it and match that frequency and resonate with whale medicine. That's beautiful. All right, so I want to throw some, my throat is a little dry. I'm gonna have a sip of this tea real quick. I'm gonna throw some clarity cards. Let's see what's going on with Libra. Libra. I really want to see what's going on with these shadows here. Like, what's the shadow work that you're needing to work? I don't feel like I'm not getting a sensation that it's major, like it's affecting your lifestyle or anything like that. But I feel that there's some uncomfortableness that's going on, and there's some things that you're kind of questioning, like, what is going on here? Like, what I haven't thought about that in so long. Like, what's happening here? And then all the emotions that kind of go with that might be flooding in or something like that. I don't know, it's probably maybe not for all of you, but for some of you. Let's do these cards and see. Okay, angel, spirits, guides, any other messages that we can have, please, around treasures hidden in the shadows. Okay, we got a few cards here. Let's see. Ooh, Waking Lion. Oh my. We get 3 cards here. So Waking Lion, Bearing Fruit, and a Tall Tale. So clear, this is what's coming in for me. This is, I'm hearing very loud, is that you have been living this lifestyle and it's been really magical and blessed, but there's been this little that's been in the background that's kind of just maybe nagged at you, just, you know, some little things that have been tucked in your pocket that you just don't want to really think about or talk about. And it's the past is the past, and you just kind of let it go and like whatever. But now it's kind of surfacing now. So now is the time to really hit that unmarked trail and kind of start allowing those emotions to come forward. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to express them out into the world or anything like that. I feel that it is a time for you to be evaluating those things and how can you transcend those those emotions or those triggers or those paradigms? How can you transcend those so that they're no longer this thing that's kind of hanging out in the closet? You know what I mean? So it's not saying that you're a liar or anything, but the tall tale is kind of like you've been walking this world with this image and now you're evolving, and it's you need to let go of these things, these little skeletons, I guess, in the closet, for lack of better words. It's unleashing, you're waking the lion, the fullness of you, the like here you are. It's time for you to really step forward into your power and your existence. And what are you here for? What is it that you want to be doing? Like what bearing fruit? Like what is it that you have to offer to the world? I just heard, and it might be for some of you, is maybe there's a baby on the way, or a new business that's flourishing, coming to fruition, something like that. That's a little sidebar that kind of just popped into my mind there. So what's kind of interesting, so even though we have trials, tribulations, wounds, whatever you want to call it, things that are just not comfortable, and we can easily just be like, oh my gosh, why is this happening to me? Like why is this happening to me? Or we can reevaluate the situation and kind of look at it like, what is it that I need to see from this situation? I called this in somehow. I know there's terrible things that happen in the world. Don't get me wrong, I'm not negating any of that. But sometimes in some situations, we we attract certain scenarios for help to help us. So think about the things that you've been asking for. What are the things that you've been trying to create? What are those sort of things? I'm not negating anything that, I don't even need to go there. But anyway, so treasures hidden in the shadows. So what are those treasures in those shadows? What can you be grateful for in the times of discomfort? What can you be grateful for? Is there anything that you can find that actually bears fruit for your expansion, bears fruit for you to expand, bears fruit, and for you to step into the fullness and the full essence of you, of who you are? It's this time the lion is now awakening. It's really beautiful. And it doesn't need to be like dramatic and rah, but it's really nice. So yeah, and with that power that you feel that's going on, um, you have the choice to herald in the change. If it's not feeling good, let's shift it. You have that within inside of you. You do have choice to step in and do that. So I also want to throw a couple other clarity cards. Let's throw something, let's get a little clarity on this vanishing mirror. Ego's elimination. Okay. And we have earth magic. It is what it is. I'm not a fan of that saying at all, but I get it. And a deep breath. And a deep breath. So I threw that for this vanishing mirror. So letting go of the ego mind. What is it that you need to let go of? Excuse me. So a great way to do that is earthing. Get out in nature, spend time in nature, get grounded. People love to walk around barefoot on the ground, and really there's a whole thing about earthing and how it creates there's an energy from the earth that will go into you, and there's a union that happens there. It creates, well, you can look that up, the whole thing of earthing. But earth magic, really stepping into nature, doing those things, maybe go for a hike, go to the beach, What can you do to kind of get grounded on that? That's going to help you find clarity. It's going to help you as these other points of view are shattering. And as those points of view shatter, I mean, that's what we do. We ebb and flow, and we go through changes, and paradigms are born and, die, and that whole thing. And what happens is that when we start doing that and we expand, those paradigms really creep up on us. And then they kind of hijacked us. And there's like feelings. I'm sure you've had those moments of like, some people get really jealous, and then they're realizing like, why am I so jealous? It doesn't feel good. So what is that? So that's something that you can shift. And doing that, taking that big deep breath. When we can take a big deep breath and oxygenate our cells and really allow the energy of source, God, light, the earth, allow that energy to feed us and calm us and allow the cortisol levels to lower. That is a big one. We live in a very high strung society and very fast paced and that sort of thing. So sometimes we need to simply take a big breath and relax and allow that oxygen to go into our cells and into our bloodstream and lower the cortisol levels in our body, lower those chemicals and all that sort of thing. And understanding, so again, I'm not a big fan of this phrase, it is what it is, but sometimes we simply need to not feed the situation anymore. Because when we focus on, like, everything starts from a thought, correct? So as we're creating these thoughts and we really like focus in on these thoughts, it creates more of those thoughts. It creates more energy towards that thought or that item or that sort of thing. So when we think about all of that, if we can just pause, it is what it is. I don't like that saying. That's a little trigger for me. But taking it for face value, okay, here we are. This is the situation. I don't feel good about it. How can I'm gonna let it go and not feed it anymore. If I don't feed my energy to it, then it cannot flourish. It's like watering plants outside. If you water it, it will grow. If it's something that doesn't feel good for you, don't water it. That's basically the bottom line. Um, yeah. So these are some really beautiful cards that are here with your vanishing mirror. So these are some support cards to help you as you're moving forward and clearing away the old and stepping into the new. That's pretty powerful. So I would like to throw some clarity cards around the dream thief. The dream thief. This is really funny. So when I look at this card, what's coming in for me is that there's all these amazing opportunities that are heading your way. So you have like your life together, things are going, whatever's going on, you have your idea of what you want to do. And then there's all these like shiny objects that come into play. And it's like, quick, $9.95, boom, buy this, and you could have this, and then have, for $10 more, you can have this. It's kind of that kind of energy. Like it it's it takes you away from your purpose. And it's like being at the circus. There's a lot going on and there's all these like shiny objects, and it takes you away from your calling. It might be fun and colorful and wonderful at the moment, but when we look at the big picture and we rise above the fray from all of that stuff, then it's like, wait a second, was that really what I wanted to be doing? That kind of just distracted me from what I wanted to do. So let's throw a little card, and this is in your possibilities position. This is like something that's possibilities. So what I'm thinking as you're going through all of this and working through all your different paradigms and working through your shadows, there's going to be this shiny object that is going to be like, it's time for you to really check in. Let's check in and find out, like step into your lion power. Like step into that. Is this my paradigm talking to me, or is this my heart talking to me? Is this my ego talking to me, or is this my higher self talking to me? And you're going to feel the difference. You're going to totally feel the difference. You'll feel either light or not so good. Beyond the ordinary. Wow. Stepping beyond the ordinary. So this is a great time for you right now, Libra, to really go within, focus on what is truth for you, because the possibilities are bigger than you can imagine. It feels like this could be a great time for you to really create something really beautiful. And it doesn't, I mean, we don't have to be so dramatic, but it feels like there's some big shifts that are going on with you, just different perspectives. So it doesn't have to be like this, oh, the angels and their horns and all that stuff, but really, like, sometimes it happens and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm a totally different person than I was last year. Like, wow. And you feel pretty good. You've achieved some really great things. So really stepping out beyond the ordinary, these are some great possibilities. Again, wow, uncharted sea. This is where you are. You're stepping into the new. This is where you all started. This is where you are now. Unmarked territory, uncharted sea. So these are your possibilities, really stepping forward. And so we all have free will. Just to let you know, like, not to make things scary, we all have free will. It's not anything major that you have to do. You don't have to, sell your house and whatever, move out of state. It doesn't have to be dramatic like that. It really doesn't. But it feels like you're going through some new points of view, some new changes that are happening, and it's a little uncomfortable because you don't really know how to navigate it yet. It's like learning to ride a bike. You're taking your training wheels off. This is really cool. So, encouragement, again, the whale song that's here, taking that whale energy, knowing that it resides within you. You have everything you need. You have everything you need to do what you want to do. You simply need to match the frequency of creating it. Simply need. So again, no matter how we look at it, you cannot mess it up. The trail is there for you. It seems like an unmarked trail, but you in your soul, you know what's up. These cards are calling to me, so I'm going to throw another encouragement card. Temple of Truth, throat chakra, authenticity, express, self-expression. So this is about you really stepping in, going through the portal and stepping in. Wow. Okay, star gathering. This is really cool. Stars aligned, remembering home, soul, family. So coming back to your truth, coming back to your soul self, coming back to your truth. They're all there waiting for you. Wow. Oof. That's good. Good stuff. All right. These guys are kind of calling. Let's see what kind of stones and essential oils Libra needs right now. There are some good stones and essential oils for Libra. Let's see, what do we get? Oh, I love this. I love this stone. This is K2. Beautiful stone. K2 is actually a rare type of jasper found in the foothills of the world's highest mountain, Mount K2 in Pakistan. This crystal has amazing forces of energy that balance and harmonize people and relationships. It helps create understanding and wisdom in situations. This crystal gives the beholder a clear, true perspective regarding people and situations. It also inspires fun and creativity from within. And an affirmation that you can use while you're holding this stone is, I am fun and easy, and so is my world. That's beautiful. And some great essential oils to use at this time is cedarwood, lemon, and frankincense. Nice. That's really beautiful. It's a great stone. Beautiful. I'll show you this side too. I don't know if you can read it. Okay. Wow, that is really beautiful. It's so funny. I listen to some of my other recordings and I say beautiful a lot. It's a great word, but it is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Life is great. It is a blessing with all its trials and tribulations. It is such a true gift. It's great. So these cards are ready for you to read. They're an open-ended question. just to simply keep you activated through the week. So you don't really need to answer this question per se, like right away. It's really just creating the energy of keeping you activated in it. Your purpose is personal expansion. I cannot make this up. Wow. Your purpose is personal expansion. How can you be more intentional with your choices and live with more purpose? Cannot make that. Nice. Number 18. All right. So the card that we picked in the very beginning usually sums up the whole reading in one word. So this is like your word of the week. Journey. Life is a journey. It's coming full circle. Wow. Expansion for you, Libra. That's really beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to throw you one of these. I don't normally do this online, but these are Power Thought cards from Louise Hay. Just felt like you needed a little something. I release all criticism. And then on the back it says, I only give out that which I wish to receive in return. My love and acceptance of others is mirrored to me in every moment. Wow. Let me see it like this, maybe. All right, Libra. So July 10th through the 17th, I hope that you have a beautiful week. And I'll see you next time. My name is Charlotte. I'm with Aroma Oracles. If you liked this reading, please do like, share, and subscribe. Share it with your friends. I really appreciate it. It's been a while since I've been online, so it feels really good to be back. And I look forward to next week when I see you then. All right, take care, be well, be blessed, and have a groovy week. Take care.